Hello, dear friends. Welcome to the world of microeconomic theory. First of all, let's start with the meaning of the term economy. An economy is a system through which people earn their living. Yes, it covers every aspect of the economy, like production, distribution, and trade. Now, the study of an economy is called economics. This word economics has its origin from two terms, namely oikos and nemin, which are of Greek origin. While oikos means household, nemin means management. अगर हम घर के बारे में भी सोचें तो सबसे पहले हमें इकोनॉमिक्स की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ती है? क्योंकि हम अपने घर का बजट बनाते हैं. We need to manage our household. In the same regard, Robbins, one of the famous professors of economics, has given a beautiful definition of this term called economics. According to him, economics is the study of human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. We all face this problem कि हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें खरीदना चाहते हैं लेकिन उनको बाय करने के लिए हमारे पास जो रिसोर्सेज हैं वो लिमिटेड हैं. सो जो लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज हैं उनको किस तरीके से यूज़ किया जाए कि हम उनसे मैक्सिमम सेटिस्फैक्शन एक्वायर कर सकें. This is the basic problem an economy faces because means for an economy are limited and moreover they can be put to different uses whereas the ends are unlimited. So we can say that we have got two features of resources that they have alternative uses and they are scarce whereas the ends are unlimited. And that's why we face the central problem of an economy. So basically, an economy faces three central problems: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. When we talk about what to produce, we deal with two things. One is making a choice between capital goods and consumer goods, whether we have to make goods which can be used for reproduction, these are called capital goods, or we simply want to produce the goods which should be directly consumed, like the consumer goods. The second problem that we deal with is how to produce. See, at our disposal, two techniques are available. We can use two techniques for producing the things. One is called labor-intensive and the other is called capital-intensive. Labor-intensive technique means that we are using more of labor and less of capital. And capital-intensive technique means that we are using more of capital and less of labor. Now, can you tell me, in a country like India, which technique will be more suitable? Obviously, labor-intensive, because we have abundant labor and less capital. Now, the third central problem of an economy is for whom to produce. Whether we are producing luxury goods for the consumption of upper strata of society or we are producing just the necessities of life which can be used by lower strata of society. So this is how we have to make a choice between different things, and these cover our three central problems of an economy: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. A very important technical tool which we use to show this problem of choice is called production possibility frontier. Now, you can see on the slide what is a production possibility frontier. A production possibility is a curve which shows alternative production possibilities of two goods with the given resources and a technique of production. All the combinations of two goods, for example, cotton and corn, which are on the production possibility curve, give us full utilization of resources. And those combinations which fall within the production possibility curve show inefficient use. And those which are outside it show unattainable combination. With the given resources, हम इन चीज़ों को इस level की production नहीं कर पाते हैं. So outside the production possibility will be unattainable combinations. But if our production possibility curve shifts towards right, dear friends, it shows that we have attained growth of resources. That means our resources have grown. So it is definitely a sign of development. Now, coming on to very important next question. Why is this PPC concave? The reason for the concave shape of PPC is that since our resources and techniques are given, if we want to manufacture additional unit of one good, we will have to forego some units of the other good. And this marginal opportunity cost of producing one additional good of good X, we have to forego more and more units of Y. So that is why the PPC gets its concave shape. But before I move forward, I would like to ask you, what is an opportunity cost? Yes, dear friends, opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative use. It is the cost of having a little more of one good in terms of amount of the other good that has to be sacrificed. So, this concept applies to all the individuals and society. Now, moving on to the various types an economy can be of. An economy can be basically of three types. One is centrally planned economy. That is the one which is regulated by government. The means of production are owned and controlled by the government. Second type is market economy. That is the one which is totally regulated by market or the forces of demand and supply. And third is mixed economy, where both private and public sector go hand in hand. So, can you now tell me what type of an economy does India have? Yes, India has a mixed economy. Now, talking about nature of economy. As we talk about each other, our friends, our relatives, we all have a specific nature. Our nature is governed by the characteristics we have, like one is honest, frank, etc. Similarly, we can also talk about the nature of economy. An economy can be categorized as having two aspects, positive and normative. A positive science studies what was, what is, and what will be. जैसे कि हम पढ़ते हैं कि लॉ ऑफ डिमांड. सो लॉ ऑफ डिमांड इज अ यूनिवर्सल फैक्ट. What is, how much price and how much demand. On the other hand, economy also studies about normative aspects. When we are talking about normative aspects, we talk about giving judgmental opinions about things. We want to see how things should have been, how things ought to be. For example, if I make a statement that government should check poverty and unemployment, this is a normative statement. So now you know what can be different types of an economy and what is the nature of an economy. Now we move on to the next important thing, that is branches of an economy. Economy can be studied in two forms. One is micro and the other is macro. Both the terms micro and macro have their origin from Greek words mikros and makros. Mikros means small and makros means large. So when we are talking about microeconomics, we are dealing only with the individual units of the society, firms, industry, and it is also called price theory. And when we talk about macroeconomics, we are studying the economy as a whole. We are dealing with the aggregates like the aggregate demand, aggregate supply, and that is why it is called the theory of income and employment.